Alright. So, hello, Bambozzinis, Sleepy Networks, admins, staff, whoever is listening to this. I want to start this off by just saying this is going to be a raw video. That means there's no editing. There's going to be nothing in the background. It's going to be literally this screen and me talking. So, let's get right into this. The reason I am responding to the shit show of the past week is because really, I don't think an announcement could really debunk or resolve or address it good enough. Even if I wrote an entire essay on this shit, I don't think that would address everything. So I'm going to dive right into this and just go right from the beginning. So I'm going to address what happened, and what happened is this. We got banned from Sleepy Networks. Okay. Well, at least our faction did. I wouldn't say we all got banned from the game. We're allowed to play the game, just we can't make a faction. And not only that, but two of our crews, very small, the Medicis and Sopranos, alongside like two other individuals, decided to defect right before this all happened, which makes me think that this was a coordinated effort by our enemies and the staff to try and defeat the Bambozzini family. But before I get into that, I'm going to explain exactly why all of this shit happened, and you guys can think what you want. I'm going to send this video out to those that are staffing, to those who are admins, those who played the server, and to those who left, because I'm kind of pissed off. I want to first start by saying that when we first joined the server, the first couple of weeks were some of the fun experiences that we've ever had on Gmod, ever since, I don't know, a year ago when we first started Bambozzinis and Atomic. That, in my opinion, is a remarkable feat. However, when we tried to work with the police and the admins and the staff, okay, there were a lot of issues. First of all, their system, dare I say this, is extremely strict about utilizing the forms. I've utilized the forms before, and even when I utilize the forms, it isn't 101% guaranteed I'm going to get a response, and admins are going to work with me to try and do stuff. The main issue I have with Sleepy Networks is there is a paranoia that if we become the biggest faction and have all the power in the entire game, that we're going to make all the rules and all the other factions are going to have to follow those rules. The issue with them being paranoid about this is that Sleepy Networks is well aware that I was loyal, and I mean to an extent, I could still be loyal, to the owner, to the server, and to their agenda. I had zero ambition to destroy the server. I had zero ambition to snake the server, snake meaning leech the members and leave. I had zero ambition to do anything that involved harming the server. And I had 101% intentions of using my authority on the server as the biggest faction to do good things like hold mafia events, establish crews, and other things. Unfortunately, the other factions declared war more than twice on me and tried to defeat us and lost. And because they lost the wars, because they got annihilated in those battles, they decided that we were too powerful to be kept around. Not because we invaded these factions, not because we declared war on these factions, but because they declared war on us. And because we won, it's our fault that they're crushed and they can't come back from it. So what do the admins do? They ban our faction. Now, they can't say we were minging because the only time we minged was once in the past 3 months we've been on this server. One time did we collectively come on and cause a hassle, and when we caused the hassle, it was addressed, it was resolved, and it was dealt with. And it was mainly because we were tired of the admins ignoring our issues with the Gambino family. That was resolved. We moved on. I kind of retired from Sleepy Networks and gave everything Adelard. But here's the even bigger issue. Not only did they disband our family, but get this, not a single admin, not a single person DM'd me or reached out about any issues whatsoever. Not a single DM, not a single attempt to contact me. There is absolutely nothing at all. Now, why no one reached out to me about any of this, I have no idea. But I'm going to blame it on incompetency because the fact that these idiots running this server have the audacity to say it's our fault that we're coming in here and going guns blazing. We're not the ones invading the server and declaring mass wars. It's the other way around. And that's a fact right there. And they disband us for that reason. So why am I kind of exposing this, debunking this, going over this? Well, I mean, I think that this is moral indignation. And what does that mean? I think that I have a responsibility to expose the hypocrisy, to expose the incompetency and the audacity of these admins for doing this so the members in the server can say, hey, this is bullshit, this is unfair. Maybe I should actually DM Alessandro and get to the bottom of this. Maybe I should, leave the server, maybe, or maybe if you're an admin, we should try readdressing this and trying to resolve this because um, I did enjoy this server. It had a lot of potential, and it might be too late. I mean, obviously, I don't think they're gonna go back on the decision, but I think it's extremely unfair, and I'll go as far as to say that I think this was scummy. I think this was absolutely scummy, and I think that there is a big ego issue in regards to the admin team at Sleepy Networks, right? So that entire debacle is addressed. And I honestly think that like the the way all of this was handled was just terrible. Even Atomic did a better job at handling us. Not even Atomic, like they didn't disband our faction when they decided they didn't want our services anymore and they became afraid of us. They banned like 3 of our guys, and I mean that was still scummy on their report, but I mean at least they later on banned these guys and later said, hey, you can come back and take over the server again. We don't care. You guys did a good job. You guys ran it, you know, and when you guys ran it, you ran the factions with generosity. However, for some reason, Sleepy Networks does not think that way. They think that if we run all the factions and we control out of the role play and the narrative, then apparently we're gonna be like genociding everyone that isn't a Bambozini. That's not true. That's false. That's a stupid narrative. I've been saying this since day one that when we were going to, which was inevitable, that when we were going to take over and be the dominant faction, we were going to enforce a mafia aesthetic. And if people didn't want to take part in that, they didn't have to. But if they caused us any issues, we would curb stomp them. I think that's a fair point, but let's move on from that because that's addressed. We now will address the Sopranos, the Medicis, and the whole treachery thing, which I honestly don't think it's something that needs to be addressed. These are very small factions. They had a minor impact, but I'm going to anyways because they're going to see this video and they're going to probably love the attention they're going to get from this. So, my message to you guys is that honestly, these rumors of me being a dictator, of me being whatever, um, where is this even coming from? I haven't even been online. I've been on business trips left, right, and center. I'm not even active enough to even be dictating people around in the first place. But apparently, I'm going around and forcing these other crews to. I don't even know. I don't. They didn't even. That's like the only thing. They didn't even like go further to explain how any of that is legitimate. Here's what I think. Okay, I think the crews. Okay, Sopranos, Medici. I think you guys honestly um have an issue with ego. You have an issue with power, and it's very similar to what you guys have in common to the admins at Sleepy Networks. You guys literally need to relax, chill out, and realize that, I mean, if you're going to lose a war or if you're going to be on the inferior side of this faction gameplay, you're not going to be in charge. The other person is. But does that mean that the other person's going to be an asshole and he's going to boss you around and he's going to, treat you like shit? No, of course not. I gave you an opportunity. That person's me, by the way. I gave you the opportunity. I let you guys do whatever. So the fact that this turned into some massive drama of some sort, I honestly think that it was unnecessary. I think some of the individuals that just went total apeshit, I think that was immature and unnecessary. And the fact that not a single, let me repeat myself, not a single person DM'd me about any issues. None whatsoever. Why is that? No freaking idea. But apparently I'm so scary that if you DM me, I'm going to ban you or something. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. The fact that there's these narratives that are being created, just like Atomic. Okay, we're seeing a pattern here, too, by the way, to the general audience. I just want to say, we're seeing the same shit here that we saw in Atomic. Random shit being made up, thrown around, putting names on me, saying I'm going to do these things when it's 101% false. I'm out here asking for answers. I don't even know what's going on. And we have, random crews going AWOL. Um, so, and all I want to say, lastly, in regards to that, is you're always free to come back as long as you didn't commit deliberate treason. You're always free to explain yourself. You're always free to, you know, justify what happened, at least in a way that is appropriate. Because I honestly have no idea. But the fact that I was gone for the weekend and I come back and everyone's just gone off the walls, I think it's really immature. I think it's really incompetent of everyone that decided to do this now instead of consulting me or at least waiting until I'm back from my business trip to discuss this. And this is the only way I'm going to get this out because it's the best way of getting close to any of you guys is by speaking from the heart. Okay? This is unscripted. This is a raw video. There's no pausing or edits. I am speaking 100% from the heart, and this is truly how I feel about this entire shit show. So take that as you will, because honestly, I just want answers. I want resolutions, and if you guys can't offer that, that's fine, because we're moving on. We're joining other servers, and we're going to do our own thing. That's kind of the plan. By the way, that's also towards the general audience and to the Bambozzinis family, is that regardless of the outcome, we're moving on from this, but I want this message to get out to everyone because I think that this entire thing is it's like so dumb. It's honestly ridiculous. It's dumb. It's immature. I think we should all act like adults here. Even if you're not an adult, you should at least act like one if you're a leader, and you should try to resolve differences and grow up. For the love of God, like grow up. This is stupid. It's unbelievably stupid. It's a waste of my time to be doing this, and uh, and if you don't care to give a respond back or help me out with this, 101% fine. But I'm making this video because this is over. We gave you guys a chance, both the crews from Sleepy Networks and Sleepy Networks itself. We gave you guys a chance. We thought you guys would work with us. We thought we'd be able to do this crazy idea with the mafia aesthetic and the faction and create something that would be fun and entertaining. But you guys had to ruin it. It's unfortunate. I think that it's immature of you guys, and I think that the management is incompetent. And I think that because the way you guys handled this was just bad. Okay? You guys had the opportunity to talk to me in game, and when we attempted to resolve, which I will admit, when we spoke in game, you guys did resolve the differences and got the guys banned that I requested you guys banned. But why is it that as soon as like here's the other issue is why do I have to go in game and I have to minge around to get your guys' attention for anything to get done? It doesn't make any sense. I mean I understand the whole forums thing. I mean this is not even a forums issue anymore. This is we're not even reporting anyone at this point. It's the other way around. But I don't understand why there's no chance for defense here. If anyone's being a dictator, it's you, not us, because we've attempted to bring resolution. We have attempted to bring negotiations to the table. I've gotten no deals. I sent one guy out to get you guys to talk to me, and apparently you guys are too busy to care or do anything about it. So I don't look bad for this. The Bamsi don't look bad for this. You guys, on the other hand, and this is not me being egotistical or whatever. If you're going to respond and say, "Oh, this is just a controlled narrative" or whatever. No, you guys are actually being cocksuckers here, and I'm literally revealing this completely because it's pissing me off. Like, you guys need to do a reality check and self-analyze yourselves and realize you're in the wrong and try to fix things. And if you don't, I mean, you'll learn some other time. Okay, so I don't care either way whether you learn it now or a year from now. Okay, that's great. Maybe you won't learn from it today. But that's all I want to say. I want to get my piece out there. I think I've said enough. So that being said, I think I've addressed the crews. I've addressed the Sleepy Networks thing. We're moving on from this. Bambozzinis. Uh, everyone else, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And keep me updated. We got great things coming along. Very exciting stuff that are about to happen pretty soon here. And See you guys next time. Have a good one.